You're listening to Vaquero News, the Valley Student Station.
Good afternoon, Vaqueros. Today is Tuesday, January 17th, and it is currently 82 degrees Fahrenheit outside. We're coming to you from our Brownsville studio, and I am your host, Silvana Villarreal.
I'm Eric Garcia, and this is Vaquero News.
The UTRGV chess team is headed to the President's Cup Final Four after finishing third in the Pan American Intercollegiate Championship back in Seattle, Washington. Here is Timothy Chapman with the Inside Scoop.
The UTRGV chess team will be competing at the President's Cup Championship for the fifth time after the A and B teams placed third and fourth place, respectively, in the past Pan American Intercollegiate Team Championships on January 5th through the 8th. Due to the rules of advancing into the President's Cup, no university can have more than one team competing in the Final Four. UTRGV Chess Team A was composed of international masters Victor Gazik, Gerard Druska, Dante Bukes, Irakli Baradze, and Grandmaster Camille Dragun. Team B was composed of international masters Jianqi Wang, Damas Bettini, Victor Rodriguez Garcia, and Iken Baris Oziener, and FIDE Master Jakub Fus. UTRGV chess coach and Grandmaster Bartek Marchea said that he knows the other universities see UTRGV as underdogs, but that does not break the focus of the teams due to their past success in the President's Cup.
Our students are focused. They really want to succeed in that event, and I think that's the key to our success. It's not enough to be, a superstar. You also need to show it during the event. You need to stay motivated.
Since the Texas Collegiate Superfinals back in October, Grandmaster Camille Dragun made sure that going into the Pan American Intercollegiate Championships, he prepared a week before the tournament in order to prevent any mistakes like last time.
The last tournament, everything what could go wrong went wrong. In this tournament, everything basically was going our way from the very beginning.
Because of his previous appearances, his graduating UTRGV, and the probability of this being his final tournament, Dragun said he feels no nerves heading to the President's Cup.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty relaxed because we already won this championship 3 times. This will be probably my last university tournament, so I have nothing to lose.
Even though Team B was not able to advance to the Final Four, due to Team A finishing ahead of them, Fus still feels like he accomplished great things in this tournament, beating very talented teams.
I drew with 3 high-rated players than my rating, but the most important one was we drew with the very strong team from St. Louis, and we finished ahead of them, but eventually they qualified.
The UTRGV chess team will be competing in the President's Cup later this year in April. For more information, visit the official chess website. This is Timothy Chapman for Vaquero Radio.
Brownsville was without a bookstore for some time until local residents decided to take up the task of finding the town's only bookstore. Here is Silvana Villarreal with the story.
The most recent novelty in downtown Brownsville is the newly added and only self-established bookstore in town, soon to be open to the public later this year. Located in East Washington Street, Bull is an independent bookstore locally owned by resident Gilbert Hernandez and has caught the attention of many.
Overwhelming support from all these entities, these community leaders, the mayor, the city commissioners. I cannot thank them enough for their support, for their advice.
It started with a simple shower thought, enormous support from the community, and residents complaining about Brownsville being the only metropolitan area whose largest city does not have an established bookstore, according to Hernandez. After hearing complaints but no solutions, Bull's founder decided to take matters into his own hands. From an idea that started in January of 2021, the bookstore began its journey as a pop-up shop in March of the same year. It went to local events all over Brownsville, showcasing books and making a name for itself along the way. Graduate public administration student Estrella Torres volunteered to help organize books in one of Bull's volunteer parties in efforts of getting the storefront ready for the public.
I love reading. I support anything that has to do with bookstores or small businesses, especially from people from Brownsville. I think it's really important to help each other as a community to not only grow but prosper the area.
Torres said having a place downtown Brownsville to socialize in outside of nightlife will benefit the community, and books are a great way to grow intellectually outside academic settings. Although in no association with the revitalizing downtown Brownsville efforts, the entity is behind the new business being added while preserving the historical aspects of the building.
The landlord approached me saying, "Hey, I like what you're doing. I want you in my building."
According to Hernandez, the bookstore is in no shape for a full-service opening. However, Bull will continue as a pop-up shop in order to keep raising funds without completely stopping the sale of books. For daily updates and grand opening dates, visit Bull's social media outlets. This is Silvana Villarreal with Vaquero Radio. After the Texas governor placed restrictions on the usage of the TikTok app on state-registered devices, UTRGV implemented a similar restriction on their devices. Here is Timothy Chapman with more.
On December 20th, Texas Governor Greg Abbott established a statewide ban on the usage of TikTok on all government state-issued devices due to concerns about cybersecurity and information sharing on a platform that's owned by a country outside the United States of America. As a state public university, UTRGV must comply with the order by removing all official accounts from the platform. Vice President for University Marketing and Communications, Patrick Gonzalez, said TikTok was first used in UTRGV because of the convenience and huge popularity it has. However, he doesn't think this ban will negatively affect student engagement.
To actually gauge how impactful it is, what effect it had on our students, we never did that. So, that said, having to stop it, I don't think will hurt the university at all.
Although the university TikTok accounts will no longer be active, Gonzalez said UTRGV will not lose their digital footprint on the app because of students making videos themselves.
Those are just accounts that belong to the university. Our students are still going to use TikTok. Our students are still going to promote UTRGV in some way, and so we won't lose that impact.
UTRGV Street Team member / content creator Luisa Avila said she saw the positive impact TikTok had on multiple UTRGV accounts she helped manage.
We did get a lot of comments that were like, I'm going to be going there next year, or I'm going to be like a future Vaquero and things like that. So we did get that connection with like a bigger audience.
She said there are still other social media accounts that UTRGV can continue to use to stay engaged with, Instagram now being the most popular for making videos.
We'll still keep the same type of content in mind, and we do want to bring some of the TikToks we have already made into Reels, just to not lose that content and still give it a new audience. It is unfortunate that we don't have access to TikTok anymore, but we still have a lot of audience in our Instagram accounts.
As per the Information Security Office and the Office of the CIO, if you have any questions or concerns about this change, please do not hesitate to contact our IT Support Center for assistance. This is Timothy Chapman for Vaquero Radio.
Astronomical events will be happening all month of January, including the conjunction of two planets. Several members from the Star Society were interviewed about the matter. Here is Edgar Garcia with the story.
Winter in the Northern Hemisphere is universally seen as an opportune and bountiful time for stargazing. There are a high number of astronomical events happening in the upcoming months, from the annually occurring to those that happen once in a lifetime. The first event of the year is the Quantrids meteor shower. Associate Professor of Physics and Astronomy at UTRGV, Nicholas Perea, said this annual event is a result of Earth colliding with the leftover space debris of current and existing comets.
Several of these pebbles coming in roughly at the same time into the atmosphere is because they're the leftover material from a comet. And so once the comet's gone, we will still have that trail of pebbles that'll follow in roughly the orbit of the comet. And if that trail of pebbles passes to Earth's orbit, then we will be passing that area at the same time each year, which is why meteor showers occur.
Though the peak is past, having occurred on January 3rd and 4th, the meteor shower ran through until January 16th, with each night containing 10 meteors per hour. The moon being at apogee, being at the furthest point in its orbit from Earth, resulting in a micromoon, to the Pleiades and the Orion, Taurus, and Scorpio constellations starting to appear, are also occurrences happening at the same time as the end of the meteor shower. The founder of Star Society, Carol Lutzinger, said the rare occurrence of two planets meeting will come about on January 22nd.
There is a conjunction of Venus and Saturn the 22nd, and that's a point where Venus is here and Saturn is here, and they're going to look like they meet. The conjunction is really, really fun to watch. And as the planets travel their path in the sky, they trace the arc of our orbital path.
Another rare occurrence is the passing of a green comet by Earth, one of the only times in recent history that a comet has come this close to Earth, according to Victor de los Santos, Executive Director of Star Society.
A comet called Comet C/2022 E3 ZTF. They don't have very nice names for these. Yeah, so there's a comet that is going to be February 2nd is going to be when it peaks, but it's going to be closest to Earth. It's going to be about 26 million miles to Earth, which is astronomically very close. Right now, I think it's about 100 million miles from the sun. So early February, if we look towards the North Star, Polaris, in the Big Dipper, we should be able to see a comet with our naked eye.
The Star Society is having an event on January 22nd to see the conjunction. For more information on astronomical events, visit the Star Society website. This is Edgar Garcia for Vaquero Radio.
And McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
Now time for Vaquero Sports. Hello, this is Rodolfo Alvarado with your sports schedule for the week. The UTRGV men's basketball team will be traveling to Arlington, Texas, where they'll face off against the UT Arlington Mavericks at 7 p.m. The UTRGV women's basketball team will also face UT Arlington here in Edinburgh at 6:30 p.m. Then the UTRGV women's basketball team will travel to Abilene, Texas, where they'll face off against Abilene Christian. And finally, the UTRGV women's tennis team will be traveling to Waco, Texas, where they'll face Baylor. This is Rodolfo Alvarado for Vaquero News.
And now for this week's events calendar.
UTRGV Welcome Week kicks off today with s'mores and stuff in both campuses' student unions starting at 1 and ending at 3 p.m. On Wednesday, January 18th, Brownsville campus will host their block party on the main building. There will be music, entertainment, and more. And on Thursday, the Edinburgh Rec Center will host their late night, an event where you can meet new people. Those were the announcements for the week.
Now for this week's campus weather report.
The weather today is mostly sunny with the temperatures ranging from 84 degrees Fahrenheit to 68 degrees Fahrenheit and a wind speed of 60 miles per hour facing south to southeast. The rest of the week will be partly cloudy with temperatures ranging from 80 degrees Fahrenheit to 60 degrees Fahrenheit as time goes on, with the exception of Thursday, which will be mostly sunny.
That is the newscast for this week.
Make sure to download the Radio FX app and listen to your favorite DJ shows by favoriting Vaquero Radio. Check out our YouTube channel so you can watch our newscast and have the latest news from UTRGV and the Valley.
You can also watch KVAQ-TV on social media or on VCast monitors around campus. And if you are on campus, don't forget to pick up a physical issue from the Writer newspaper stands.
From now on, our weekly newscast will also be broadcast every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Join us next week on Monday at 10 a.m.
Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley student station.
This has been Vaquero News.